Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. You can hear me?
Yep.
We good? All right. We back again tonight, Tuesday night, end of week 2, for another night of Island Boys football talk. We got the two boys in the building. We got Sheen representing the San Francisco 49ers. We got Street in the building representing the Nike short for now. Ain't much more to represent. And Jizzle will be in shortly representing that big win last night. Week 2 is in the books, but we got a lot for the show tonight. We'll have our final say on week 2. We'll talk about those games last night, and then we'll hand out our awards and make our game picks for Thursday night's division game, Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns. So
Yeah, go
I know
to week 3, man. On to week 3.
on to week 3. I know me and you already let it off our chest Sunday night about our performance and then the untimely circumstances for Trey Lance, plus the ultimate debacle of the Carolina Panthers going on too. So I said, let me drink an elephant and stay calm tonight.
The drinking elephant, man.
Tonight is KG's night when he reaches here in a few. He had a what you call a very dominating performance against Minnesota. I know me and you picked Minnesota in our brackets.
Yep.
So we thought it was actually going to be a lot closer. But did Philip prove us wrong and say that they're the real deal? I know from the other side, the first game, we know the Bills is a real deal. We know that. And beating the Titans like that was that gotta be a scary message for the rest of the NFL. But I mean, in terms of our teams, Shane took the W against his Division 4 Seahawks. I think he was pretty much impressed, expected it. The only sad news about it was he lost Trey Lance to the season-ending ankle injury, and in steps Big Jimmy, which you know how it is, and plus the reports, the reports coming out that most personnel thought, some coaches and players think that Jimmy is going to was actually an upgrade over Trey
True.
Lance, but I mean that's shade side. Unless Shane dive down more into that, we have the Monday night winner back here today. I don't know what he looked like. I don't even know what to say. But he won dominantly, so I let him have his glory tonight. I let him have his glory. We'll get to you soon, Jizzle. We'll let you get everything off your chest. I mean, me and Shane will just get our final say off our chest from our teams and give you the rest of the show to talk about that dominating performance last night from Jalen MVP Hawks. So we'll let you dive into that shortly. But Shane, you got any final say on San Fran's week 2 performance in there after injury news?
So we talk about this Sunday. The team played up to expectations on Sunday. What we should have seen in week 1 against the Bears. I think that was just a mini hurdle, but our defense is playing like a top 5 defense, like they should be playing. We solidified our secondary. We can see it again in another dominant performance in the secondary by the cornerbacks, the safeties again. So I think our defense is still. I ain't seeing the sacks that I expect to see, but I'm seeing more interceptions. So I'll take the hand in hand. So I'll take that turn. I'll take the turnovers over the sacks any day. Um, that means we pressuring the quarterback. We just ain't getting home, but he making him throws early or late, and we picking the ball off, tapping the ball up in the air for picks and making turnovers. That we didn't have that stuff last year really. Um, the blow to Trey, I really tired of hearing about it. I mean, I commented a little about it to you, Street. People want to blame. Everybody look blame when somebody gets injured. Everybody want to blame. What went wrong? Oh, we shouldn't have called that play. Oh, he shouldn't. He should have slid. Oh, this and that. Oh, this and that. If he had broke up for
Jesus, only
if he
Jesus
had
could
broke up
predict
for
that.
80 yards down the field, nobody would have been saying nothing. What you say, KG?
He must have Jesus. Only Jesus could predict that.
Exactly. So it's like, oh, Shanahan called a wrong play, blah blah blah. And then Shanahan had a press conference. He get kind of chippy because everybody can't hit him. He telling, look, ain't no other play that we don't call. There's plays that um Josh Allen does. He went to Josh Allen. That Josh Allen the run. And they start putting the stats again. I can see, like I've been telling people all day. Everybody know what we were gonna get when we drafted Trey Lance. Everybody know what we get. Everybody know what we were missing from Jimmy. Jimmy ain't an agile mobile quarterback. We have an agile mobile quarterback. Shanahan open up his playbook and start running. He designed run plays. The first two drives of that game, we drive right down the Seahawks' throat. Lance was looking spectacular. He was completing passes. He was doing the read options. He was making the runs that he had to make, and we were gaining yards. We ain't had negative yards nowhere in sight when he was in the game. He got injured. Unfortunately, that's part of football. Football, people can get injured. That's part of football.
Mm-hmm.
We should be glad that we have Jimmy still on the team instead of having to turn to Brock Purdy. And we have, so that Jimmy could fall in line, and basically we could just keep rolling. So we could just keep rolling down the line and this win. We are to Denver. We need to take advantage of Denver's slums right now. I think that coach over his head. I don't think he know what he have, and he just ain't letting Russell loose. So hopefully he don't figure it out next week. Next Sunday night, we just go ahead, roll through there. Our defense dominate Russell, and we roll out that out of Denver with a win. That's what I'm looking forward to. The problem I got looking to the future, our defense is gonna play Jimmy like how they play Jimmy. Here comes 8 men in the box again. If you look at the first two games, they couldn't play us 8 men in the box with Trey Lance back there. Because they didn't know whether he was gonna dump it over their head or he was gonna run. They tried to play 8 men in the box, he dumped it over them head. They tried to back up, he run the ball. We don't have that. Defense go back to their normal 8 men in the box and force Jimmy to beat them over the top, which he can't. And everybody know that. Second, the controversies. What if Jimmy carries us to the Super Bowl? What if Jimmy carries us to the playoffs?
Nah, we don't talk about that. We talk about that. We talk about that Sunday.
Well, you got to bring it back to next year.
No, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do
it. Back next
year. The thing about it is,
right? Jimmy cap already was 26 million. He signed a deal with us for a lower salary. But you all realize that Jimmy getting a bonus every time he play a game.
That's true. Yeah.
And 250 if he played 250 if he played 25. 250 if he played 25% of the snaps, and then another 100,000 if you get a win. So 350. Right. So he took home 350,000 last week.
Right. So I think altogether I'm coming to like what 2 point something mil or something like that.
Well, 350,000. He can play 25% of the snaps, so he can always go with a 250. Right. If you get a win, is
another 350.
It's another 100,000, which would make it 350.
Yeah.
Right. So
Jimmy's banking. But what Casey, like you said, we got bring back last year. You know what he asking price gonna be if he carries to the playoffs and so forth?
40 mil.
Okay.
And you see, no, he gonna get 40 mil. He ain't go. You see, the thing is, people know what you're gonna get from Jimmy. Solid play. They ain't gonna look to force not to make the mistake. But remember me, you talk about this Sunday Sheen. He gonna have suitors in free agency. He ain't gonna come back to San Fran on no 1 year deal.
No, right.
We still know Jimmy. We still know Trey Lance is the future because of how much you invest into with draft picks and all those type of stuff. Remember, I showed you some scenarios that next year, if Brady does retire, Tampa Bay could look to sign Jimmy and just replace Brady that way. You might have a few more persons that he gonna have suitors next year. My thing about it is, like I said, the only way Jimmy comes back to San Fran is if Trey Lance isn't ready to play next year due to the injury. But if Trey Lance is ready, Jimmy ain't coming back. Remember, I tell you, whatever happened this season, that's the chapter, that's the book closing on Jimmy's father niner career. The book will close. So if he going out with a Super Bowl, that's very good. But the book closing at the end of this season for Jimmy in San Fran. Yeah, he ain't coming back on no 1 year deal.
using it as a segue for my last and third dilemma. Trey Lance is now injured this year, so this is his year gone. This is year number 2. So next year gonna be year number 3, and we still don't know who is Trey Lance. So now next year gonna be his development year again, and then all of a sudden we're into year 4, and then we gotta start thinking about his 5th year option. So now you're putting, this was supposed to be his development year, and we were kind of willing to take it, the good or the bad, right? And the front office was thinking that the defense that we have and the running back support, all the support characters that we have around Trey Lance, we could take him, whether he played good or whether he played bad, but upside and get in the playoffs and see how far he carries us. And that will be 16 games he have under his belt of NFL football that he don't have. Now we got with another year, and next year the man only got 3 games really of NFL experience.
And you see that
The good thing is he's still young.
And he's young, but we still got to talk. We still got to think about contract situation.
It's a crazy situation for the 49ers and Trey Lance, because like you used to say, ideally you'd probably prefer to sit him 2 years,
3
or 3, and then go from there. Now they put him on to play this year, and whether we like it or not, probably not everybody was down for the Trey Lance move. Some person probably would have tell you straight up, I still think we better off with Garoppolo starting.
You can't listen to them. I call them cunts, because when we failed the NFC game, I had Jimmy to kill.
No, I talk about them, but you honestly believe everybody in the building was okay with going to Trey Lance?
I don't think so. I think
exactly that's the thing about it.
A lot of people still believe that Jimmy.
I still think that some people in your organization believe Jimmy could take the team. Not further. The key word in this phrase is Jimmy could take the team further than Trey Lance. No, that's the key word. Right. No, I believe. Remember me? You talk about it, and we say that team ain't want to go to development. That team built to win. No. Who gives you the best chance to win? No, it's probably Jimmy, because Trey Lance gonna have the up and downs in this season. That team built ready to go right now. That's why people might probably say that we can actually get better on offense. Know that Jimmy there, because he more in sync. The Trey Lance had to take time to get continuity and do this and do that. Whereas I don't think you guys gonna fall off. It's just that the offense gonna go back to the 2021, 2022 offense, rather than your new look 2022, 2023 offense that you got Trey Lance that you could do more than one different stuff with him down there.
Right.
Now you're going back to your more simplistic offense that Trey Lance get the ball into your playmakers' hands and you go from there.
And then we signed some them say he's a veteran. I ain't never heard this name in my life.
Who this is?
Some Kyle Benton, some I don't know who he be.
From Good Morning Football?
Them say he a veteran.
From Good Morning Football. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Once you play, once you had a year in the NFL or whatever, regardless whether you play or not, that they say he's a veteran.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'll try and pronounce his name properly. I just don't know who he be.
Kyle Brandit or whatever.
Yeah,
his
some
name
Kyle,
is.
some.
Yeah, he'd be on Good Morning Football with
Caught Ben Kurt.
Yeah, with Nate Burleson and them.
Yeah, he got into the practice squad. We bring up Marlon Mack because TDP got injured. He got high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
That's another running back gone down again for us. So, I mean, we start running backs. This is why I like this team. We got running backs with these. You know what I'm saying? We still got Jefferson Jr. We still got Mason. And now you bring on Marlon Mack. You bring up Marlon Mack from the thing. And Marlon Mack gonna come up now because you're looking for TDP gonna probably come back in 4 weeks. He got a high ankle sprain.
So he'll probably go on the short-term area.
Yeah, he had a short-term area. And then we getting back pieces, right? Kittle should be good to go week 3 from his groin injury. I think he could have played last week. We just didn't want to risk it, right? He should be able to go week 3. Jimmy Ward got 2 more weeks because he was short-term IR, so he got missed 4 games. So when Jimmy Ward, everybody talking about when Jimmy Ward come back, you got in Hufanga back there. That secondary gonna be locked tight up. That's how it is right now. It locked pretty tight, but they say gonna be locked tight up. We gonna see. Defensive line healthy so far. The offensive line look like it's starting to gel a little bit. I seen some spots of highlights where in the run plays they were really knocking them out. The only thing is that Trey took some hits in the Seahawks game from the blitzers, and I don't know why nobody wasn't picking on these blitzers coming off the edge. So I actually like
Mhm.
that. So, but other than that, we are to week 3. I'm looking for a win against Denver. How the way Denver playing right now, I think we should be able to beat them.
All right, so we got. I mean, that's gonna be a crucial game. Sunday night football on national television. That's a big game in my books, big game in all of us books because, I mean, Denver hasn't performed up to standard, but that team is still loaded.
Right.
San Fran is still loaded, so that should be a entertaining game. Before we move on to those dynamic Eagles, I know KG wants me to speak my mind on the Panthers, but I'll be very brief about what I gotta say about the Panthers. Right now, it's just a
Where's the chef at?
it's just a shit show and a laughing stock right now. And keeping close with a lot of sources with the Panthers, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I mean, a lot of persons want David Tepper is like a Jerry Jones, very invested in the team. The problem with David Tepper is he's not experienced in terms of like into the football operations, and so he needs to get a veteran and let a veteran run the football team. And he just needs to be an owner and be an owner.
He
But
got somebody in charge of VP, like a VP of football
yeah,
operations or
but he
something like
still
that.
got a footprint in it.
Right.
The Matt Rule coach, the Matt Rule hire was his call, nobody else call. This is and then you give him 7 years and give him all type of power. To me that's an inexperienced owner.
That's true. That's true.
You
You
don't
can
give
agree with
somebody that ain't got no kind of NFL experience all that power to come out here and think. That's you listening to any moke here and then falling for it. Because you know who picked Matt Rule? Martin Honey. Martin Honey contract was up the next month. So you leave a GM that ain't gonna be with you after the next month. Pick your head coach. He could have shaft you for all he care.
that. Exactly.
You should have go with your GM, pick your GM, and then y'all pick your thing. Now the problem gonna be Matt Rule gonna go. I sorry, Scott Fiddler might have to go too, and then you start from scratch and get NFL experience. I told this to Shane on Sunday. We are playing too much college style football that don't work in the NFL. It does not. It can work in the Big 12, and you could score 50. The score will be 50 to 55. It cannot work in the NFL. We play in a formation they call 3-3-5. That's a NFL. That's a college formation. No, I saw reports there.
That
Phil
nickel.
Snow.
That's a nickel formation.
That's a stupid formation. I don't even call it nickel. It's just a stupid formation. There's a report that Phil Snow and Steve Wilkes got into a heated argument.
Wow. Wow.
No, Steve Wilkes is a very respected NFL coordinator, former head coach that was unjustly done, but he has years of NFL experience.
True.
Steve Wilkes is telling those guys, you are too light on the line. Phil Snow wants athletic linebackers, but they're very so Phil Snow likes to play like three safeties and those athletic guys that can run up and down. But we don't stop the run. He's telling them that even so right now it's Phil Snow and the defensive line coach it's Steve Wilkes and the defensive line coach against Phil Snow. Phil Snow calls it as he see it, but he's doing a lot of college stuff. Now more reports came out that Jeremy Chin isn't speaking to Phil Snow.
Wow.
Because Phil Snow is putting them in bad situations to be successful. They said that Jeremy Chin privately went to David Tepper and said, I can be a great player. But I can't be a great pro with Phil Snow putting me all over the field. As in, you got me playing linebacker, you got me playing cornerback, you got me playing seat. Like he doing too much. They got him up and down. Stick to your position and just play. So there's a lot of turmoil going on. And then Brian Bonds privately spoke with Julius Peppers and Steve Smith, and he said he doesn't see his future in Carolina with this coaching regime.
Wow. 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 Wow.
So there's a lot of stuff. I mean, it can be smoke to the fire, but Matt Rule said in his post-game interview, we're very close. We're almost there. We just got to get over the hump. And then in the few hours later in Brian Bonds' post-game interview, Brian Bonds said, I don't want to hear nothing but we close there. I tired of losing. I want to win. So if your star player going against what you say, you
Oh,
obviously
boy.
know there's some continuity there.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Exactly. And right now, it just reached to the point that Matt Rule ain't gonna last. He got some good. They say either Nebraska or Arizona State who fire home Edwards, they're gonna sign him to a monster deal because whether we like him or not, he's very good in college. I told Shane this last night. He's not a leader in the NFL. He's a program builder. How everybody change this thing and I can't change mine. I mean, I don't want to put up the Panthers right now, but right now Matt Rule is a very, very good program builder. He can build college programs. He built Temple and he built Baylor. But you don't build no program in the NFL. NFL, you need leaders. And I told Shane this last night. Tomlin is a leader, and Reed is a leader. Those guys, Belichick,
McDonald.
before all we can say about Belichick, Belichick is a leader. Shanahan, those guys are leaders. That's
Nick
the difference.
Sirianni.
He's turning out to be a leader. There's a difference between good coaches and great coaches. And right now, Matt Rule ain't even a good coach. So I told Shane this last night. There's a very realistic chance that we go 1-7.
Wow.
There's people calling for Matt Rule head. I do believe if we don't beat a banged up New Orleans Saints, Steve Wilkes taking over this team after week 3. They'll fire Matt Rule. Steve Wilkes become the head coach, and Steve Wilkes will fire Phil Snow. Because the other part of the report was Matt Rule don't go nowhere in that building without Phil Snow. When Matt Rule got his meetings with Tepper, Phil Snow's there. They say it was so bad at one point, Tepper had to dismiss Phil Snow just to talk to Matt Rule privately. So Matt Rule doesn't go nowhere without Phil Snow. So right now, there's just a lot of discontinuity in that thing. And Carolina just need, and one of the sources say it is very possible, it is very, very possible that the 2023-2024 Carolina Panthers will have a new head coach, a new GM, and a new quarterback. And I told you last night, the way that lineup stack, there's a very good chance we either getting Stroud or Bryce Young. Because that our schedule is loaded. Remember, we play in the NFC West and the AFC North. We lose to the Browns that we should have win. We ain't beating the Ravens. We ain't beating the Steelers. We ain't beating the Bengals. We ain't beating the Cardinals. We ain't beating the Rams. We ain't beating the 49ers. We might beat the Seahawks. I don't think we're gonna beat the Buccaneers. We may pull off something against the Saints, and then we gotta play the Broncos. We ain't beating the Broncos. We should have beat the Giants, and we should have beat the Cowboys. Not the Cowboys, the Bronx. We don't look at moral victories. The moral victory and all of that was, we lost by 1 to the Bronx, and then we lost by 3 points to the Giants. The sad thing is the defense played them ass. The defense was rated number 1 in the entire NFL in rush defense, in team rush defense in week 2. Daniel Jones was held under 200 passing yards, and we lost. The offense ain't getting better. Now they're saying that when Sam Darnold comes out for they're gonna bench Baker Mayfield for Sam because Baker ain't playing how they thought they would see him.
Wow.
This quarterback carousel thing, and then that's why I see. Okay, last year draft didn't have the quarterback to say that you got started, but like me, you talk about shit on Sunday. This draft class, you can pick your poison and go with him. You can pick Stroud if you're up high. You can pick Bryce Young. Anthony Richardson got a higher ceiling by many scouts in it to come out. He just got to put it together. Will Levis, or whatever his name is, he has the strongest arm in college. The only problem is he relies on his arm strength too much and he gets a little erratic. If those can put it together, you're going to have about 5 quarterbacks going probably top 12, top 30. More than likely, we'll be in the top 10. And if you get in front of a few teams that need quarterback, if the Giants can pull off a few wins, we'll be in front of them because I don't think they'll stick with Daniel Jones. If the Lions can pull off a few wins, we'll be in front of them. I don't think they ain't sticking with Jared Goff. So right now, it's just tough. We have to beat the Saints. A banged up Jameis Winston on Thursday. On Sunday. If we don't, I don't think I can't see Matt Rule getting out of that one if we don't. Because if we got the Saints week 3, we got the Cardinals week 4, and the 49ers week 5. So we might be on 5. So when you look at it, all the hype I had, I don't want to give up on a team. I still think Baker and those guys could do it. But if you don't win next week, if you don't win on Sunday against a banged up New Orleans Saints, that's it. That's it. And I think I'd actually watch the rest of the season if Matt Rule in the head coach, to be honest. I'd feel more confident coming on the show and talking about the Panthers winning without because we need NFL coaches to coach this NFL team, not no college coaches. So KJ, I hope you get your money's worth because I done talking about them for the rest of the night. I don't want to say another word about Carolina tonight. So I'll leave you go and talk about a team that is actually striving for something this year, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. But before you get into that, how are you changing this background?
We'll
Yeah,
explain.
now go get a picture and put it on. Go set this up with that.
How are you? Where are you do?
Later.
See settings, right? We'll watch your background.
You got settings. Virtual background. Okay, go ahead, KG. While I figure this out.
Well, before we start, as you see, I changed the background to that guy right there. But before we start,
Here we go.
on the road to victory, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly, fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. EAGLES, Eagles. And there you have it. That's how we can start out the show again with the Eagles 2-0, tied with the suckish New York Giants. I know how them 2-0, but tied with the suckish New York Giants for first place in the NFC East.
You got a competent head coach.
That's true, but still, like everything that happened in this game against the Vikings is what I wanted to happen in that game. I said it last week. Hello, that's Matt Rule. Oh shit. But like I said before, everything I said last week on a show Saturday happened Monday. Darius Slay played well, was a shutdown cornerback, shut down Justin Jefferson. What you call it? Jonathan Gannon was an elite defensive coordinator, calling up the blitz, dialing up the blitz, changing up the coverage, putting pressure on Kirk Cousins. That's the type of defense I wanted to see. I don't want to see this nonsense sit back in coverage, soft zone, picket fence defense, bend but don't break. I want to see attacking defense. You got the players to do it. And he was able to do that. So I gotta give Jonathan Gannon a hand clap, boy. Give him a hand clap. Way to do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And he didn't get too conservative and play prevent defense and let the Vikings come back in the game. He was constantly attacking. When you think that the Vikings were going to make a run, he dialed up a blitz, and then after the defense came, made a play, pressured Kirk Cousins. He either threw an interception or threw the ball out of bounds or was indecisive with his toes and stuff like that. So, again, finally, this is what I was waiting for from Jonathan Gannon. This is what I was waiting for. The Fletcher Cox was also able to get some pressure. He played well too. We also held Dalvin Cook to I think 50 yards rushing. Hand clap again, boy. I wasn't expecting that from having DeAndre Swift averaging 10 yards a carry to Dalvin Cook averaging 2 point something yards a carry. Come on, man. Finally get Jonathan Gannon. Finally. This is what I want to see. I want to see this defense for the whole year out now. Attacking. I ain't say you gotta be blitzing every damn down. But you have to have a feel for the game, make it situational, know when to blitz, when to drop back in coverage, when to play man, when to play certain coverages and stuff like that. But so Jonathan Gannon, thank you for listening to me. On to the offense. Gotta give credit to Nick Sirianni. They came up with a good game plan. Um, Shane Steichen, he came up with a good game plan too. The play calling was awesome. Play calling was awesome from start to finish. Play calling was awesome. Offensive line block good. Jalen Hurts played his ass off. This is the best I see Jalen Hurts played since he come into the league. This was his best game thus far. He was making the right reads, reading the pre-snap, finding the right guy, throwing the ball accurately, keeping his head up, making the right decisions. And that's all you needed. And that's all you need. No. What I want to see is him build on this. Build on it. Because no, defenses ain't gonna get that soft coverage, you know. I understand what the Vikings defensive coordinator was doing. Because he was playing soft coverage all game. The soft cell zone, bend but don't break defense all game. He ain't blitz. He ain't play man to man. Nothing. This ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be like this for a whole 15 weeks, 17 weeks. It ain't gonna be like this.
I think you guys
So-
bombarded the damn
The Viking.
the Vikings that they will catch themselves to see. You see, the Vikings is a team that like to control the clock, control the
That's
pace,
true. With a run.
play with Dalvin Cook, and then do them play actions with Justin Jefferson. But you guys steamroll them so fast that they had to change it up. You couldn't get the ball to Dalvin Cook play there. They started force feed Justin Jefferson in.
Jefferson.
The game plan went down the drain probably after 5 minutes of the first quarter.
Mhm.
So, congrats to you guys for just knocking them out of the air from the start, because I truly feel that they had a plan, but the way you guys started, the plan changed in about 5-6 minutes.
You can't, with the weapons that you have on offense, with the speed of Quez, with the precise route running of Devontae Smith, and the physicality of AJ Brown, including Dallas Goddard too. You can't play soft zone. You gotta find ways, either shell coverage, play man, double team, something. It's gonna be hard to beat that team. And so far, Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni are coming up with the right game plan to put Jalen Hurts in position to excel. That's what you want to see. That's what I was saying from last year. I love what I'm seeing from Nick Sirianni. Even from last year, he gave up play calling, realizing that he has to be a CEO on the field, and then you leave Shane Steichen take over and be the play caller. That's what you want for your head coach. Knowing his weaknesses and his strengths, and the team weaknesses and strengths. That's why I want for Jonathan Gannon, knowing your team weaknesses and strengths and your side. You can't have Slay playing shell coverage, soft coverage all game. That's not his strength. He's a man cover corner. And like I said before the last game, I wanted Slay and Justin Jefferson. You gotta cover that guy. You can't leave Bradbury. If Bradbury was on Justin Jefferson, he probably would have had 100 and something yards last night. Avante Maddox, you understand? You got to put your best coverage corner on their best receiver. Simple as that. Don't make it too complicated. Don't make it too hard. It's simple. Offensive line was awesome last night. They gave Jalen Hurts a lot of time to throw the ball. Protection was awesome. Jason Kelsey was a man amongst boys. He was doing everything. Run game, pass game, call out whatever the defense is doing and stuff like that. I can see this team actually going 6-0. I can see us starting off 6-0. Because the next game we at Washington.
Mhm.
And you pull up the schedule. Next game we at Washington, then the Jaguars, then the Cardinals, then the Cowboys. And our bye week is week 7. 4 games. I can see us starting off 6-0, going to the bye and a high. You have an easy schedule. Ain't a reason why you shouldn't win the division with the team that you have. You have an easy schedule. Ain't a reason why you should be in the playoffs. With this easy schedule that you have, you should be in a number 1 seed with the team that you have now, barring any injuries. But at the same time, the defense ain't gonna be playing soft coverage. So again, Jalen Hurts. You see, we saw the improvement that he did in the off season. We saw that we heard that he was practicing with the house fella, the quarterback guru, when it comes to mechanics and stuff like that. We heard that he was studying film, learning the offense. This is his second year in the offense, and we are seeing a progression. Clap to him too. Gotta give him a clap too. This is what you need to say. Progression, not regression, but progression. That's what we want to see. On our sides, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, head coach, quarterback. That's what we saw. Gotta give a hand clap to Howie Roseman too. He put this roster together again. We know this team was gonna be good. Didn't think that this team was gonna be that good. But next week we're going into Washington. We're gonna see how we play against those boys. That defense is a little better than the Vikings defense. See how that's gonna be. Then after that, it's the Jaguars and the Cowboys after that, and the Cardinals. So I think the only defense that's gonna give us a little bit of competition, or maybe a little struggle, is the Cowboys defense, because they have decent safeties, a good corner, an elite pass rusher in Micah Parsons. He's dominant. Gonna see what side he's gonna go on, whether it's Lane Johnson or Mailata. The Marcus Lawrence is there as well. They have Van Der Esch is still there, right?
Yep.
He's a solid linebacker. So that's the toughest defense they're gonna face in the next coming weeks before the bye week. So we'll see. And that'll be a test for Jalen Hurts as well. We'll see if he can pass the test too. Because now you'll be dealing with a veteran defensive coordinator in Dan Quinn. He ain't gonna make it easy for you. He's not gonna make it easy for you. So that's gonna be another test for Jalen Hurts. But that's all I have.
So
And the 2-0 Eagles.
So there you have it. You heard Jizzle dissect this game, and it's a lot of good, a little bit of bad. But the team is 2-0. Shane is 1-1. I'm 0-2. So we are all in different paths so far in the season. But KG's looking to extend his unbeaten season. On Sunday, Shane is looking to go over 500. And I just hope Matt will get fired. So we'll see. We'll see how it happens. But outside of KG's game, there was another game last night as well. And I actually thought the game would have been a hard-fought contest. But
Those Bills looking goddamn good.
did the Bill? Do you guys think the Bills sent a message to the rest of the NFL last night?
I think they did.
Put them on notice.
I think they did.
And the thing is, we understand Josh Allen and the dynamic offense, but the defense is not slouchy either.
Right.
The defense playing rock solid.
You got a veteran defensive coordinator out there coaching that defense.
Leslie Frazier, I suppose, and a lot of people say they don't understand how Leslie Frazier ain't a head coach. That's a leader. That's a leader.
That right there, the color.
That gotta be it. Yeah. I don't understand how he's not an NFL head coach, but he is.
And he's been in this league for years. Leslie Frazier was, I think, a defensive back coach with the Eagles. When
he was I know he was the Vikings head coach for a little bit, and then after that he went with McVay, and then but nobody wants to give him the head coach.
He's a great defensive mind. He was under Jim Johnson for a little bit.
Exactly. So I just don't get how some people. Well, you think he completed out in Buffalo? He'll stay there and flourish. He ain't mind. He ain't care. See, right now people want the more
That's a
young.
well-oiled machine up there.
Yeah, right now people want the young, hip coaches now, like a Brandon Staley, Kevin O'Connell, Zach Taylor, them young fellas. Everybody looking at them. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett in as young, but he's a new coordinator. They're looking at those stuff, but experience probably goes along with it. The same thing is like I like one team that don't get talked about that I like to see play is the Texans. The Texans wasn't that far off from beating the Broncos. Now, if the Texans just put some playmakers around Davis Mills, that team could be a lot different because that defense ain't no punk.
Right.
It's just that he don't have nobody to throw to, and Lovie Smith is doing a damn good job coaching the team. But you know, everybody want the young splashy hiring. The young, well, that young splashy hiring last night get a sheet of licks from the Eagles. So he got to take that.
I think he would last. He would last.
I don't understand. I mean, I like Kevin O'Connell. I a fan of Kevin O'Connell, but that youth, if you're a young head coach, you better have some experience, minds wrong here to help you. Because the hours go good. But
anybody could be a Nick Sirianni partner.
You know, I was suddenly from Nick Sirianni. I never seen. Everybody's Nick Sirianni. No why.
Mouth push-up custom.
Hold on, now. Give it some time. He can start to show the blame game to somebody.
All right, so let's still where we are in week 2. We go back to our picks from week 2 picks.
Yeah, all these picks went up. Why?
It was a suckish week
for everybody.
But in the long run, KG pulled off the win. He had 8 picks. I had 7, and she had 6. So KG win week 2.
Wow. But you do them like as a combined thing?
Not yet. I'll combine at the end. I'll combine all the picks at the end. See who's the winner for the whole season.
But KG win week 2, 8-7-6.
Yep, 8-7-6.
Ah, bye. Who I picked that messed me up? I should have picked Philly.
No, you have picked Baltimore.
But yes, I should have picked man, but that game was that game is a toss-up game. You can't just go there and say things. That was a good game that everybody got a hold there.
New Orleans kill you.
Oh yeah, I know I had picked New Orleans against somebody else too.
Baltimore kill you in Minnesota.
Who? In Minnesota? Okay. Yeah. Well, I had picked the Jaguars, right?
Yeah,
Jaguars.
And KG had picked the other team.
Colts.
KG had picked it up.
I should have followed my mind and picked the Jaguars.
So congrats to KG for winning the weekly pick'ems in week 2. He just squeak us.
Yep.
He squeak us, but that's how it is sometimes. You know, the beauty about the NFL is all kind of crazy nonsense that happen every week. You had some games. You had some games there that just had you shaking your head out. You had the Jets and the Browns. You had the Ravens and the Dolphins. Who else? Why? You had the Jaguars nearly kill the Lions nearly killed the Washington Redskins, the Commanders.
The Jaguars killed
the Jaguars stuff up the Colts. So
wash out the Colts.
The Texans could almost be the Broncos. So, who thought the
is a competitive team? You know?
Who thought the Cowboys would beat the Bengals with Cooper Rush?
So the Bengals got serious problem. I thought they fixed that offensive line.
That continuity. They can't. You know why I like certain teams like the Chiefs and so? Mahomes will take part in everything in the off season.
True.
He stays fresh. He know Tyreek Hill out. What he gonna do? Get with his new receivers, Juju and all of them. You remember, Thingy do the whole training camp. Burrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he had appendicitis. What do you expect? He played no preseason. What do you expect?
Mahomes and Andy too. He's a veteran coach. He always have that team ready to go. And his training camps aren't easy training camps. His training camps are hard training camps. So that team will always be ready.
And they just give Zach Taylor and the GM extension. So I
I
mean,
would
they
give me
were,
extension too if they made Super Bowl.
and his thing is, it's a young, exciting team. I would give the offensive. I would give the offensive line a pass because, like I said, that's 4 new starters on that line. They're gonna take a while to gel.
True, that's true.
The issue last year was the offensive line, and they made a solid effort to fix it, which I think they did. It's just gonna take up some time to think, but time doesn't time don't wait on you in the NFL.
Should have let them. I should have let that offensive line play in the preseason.
By the time you
Instead of
own
having-
four, by the time you own four,
Right.
you got to be scrambling from behind.
Should have had the first stringers play in the half season. The first string of the offensive line play. That way they could have they could get that continuity and cohesion.
Yeah, so they got to figure out that piece there and hopefully get that team ready to go. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, an exciting first 2 weeks, a disappointing one for me. But NFL is full of emotions. Just look at Just look at a team like the G-Men. Nobody thought the G-Men would be 2-0. They pulled it off. Everybody, Brian Dable said, bring the heat, bring the crowd next week on Monday night against the Cowboys. They could go 3-0. We didn't expect that. They got some teams that won't look. We got
They gonna get bring them to reality here shortly, man.
well, but right now they're 2-0. They got a good chance of beating the Cowboys.
They got the same schedule we got.
Then you got a team like the Raiders that everybody have high hopes on. The Colts, everybody have high hopes on. They own 2. The Titans own 2. That's 3 teams that are expected to go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Raiders are a disappointing team. They're all expecting more from them.
I was
and watch it, and I didn't watch it. Shane was watching it, and they were dominating. I thought the game was over, and the Cowboys. The Raiders had a thing. Yeah, I thought that I don't say mark it off. I thought the game was the Raiders won. Then when 2 dudes, you look, the Cardinals playing on the last second to choice, tie it and hit a 2-point conversion.
Kyler Murray made a throw and a 2-point conversion to AJ Brown. AJ Green, I mean. What a pass!
That was a pass.
What a pass!
But you know what, Keyshawn was cussing the next day. Keyshawn said he don't understand what the defender was doing. Put your hand up. Put your damn hand up.
Mm-hmm. And then look at that. They knock the ball off a Renfro hand and pick it up and run it for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it's crazy. It's crazy how it is, how the NFL works. And we just got to see how it goes. But we'll bring week 2 to a close with our normal game balls and trash bags of the week. You guys want to start off with the game balls or the trash bags?
Either.
Let's start with the trash bags.
All right. Well, it's hard to say, right? They could go a lot of ways, but my trash bag is the Panthers offense. Ain't no way the defense keep you in the game. You fumble the ball on the first 2 possessions in New York territory. They came up with 2 field goals. You were down 6-0. You had ample opportunities to run away with this game. The defense keep you in it, and we only put up 16 points and had a chance to win the game again. I'm sorry, but I'm not the defense, but I'm getting the trash back to the offense and the offensive coaching staff because you got to do better than that. So I'm giving mine still with Carolina Panthers.
I can give mine to the Oakland Raiders. That's my trash bag. You bring in Devontae Adams, you bring the new head coach, you had all this excitement. You was up 23-7. I think going into the third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, into the fourth quarter.
Right, and you still let the Cardinals, who don't have any great playmakers out there to actually beat you, come back in the game. AJ Green can't beat you. He's slow. He all in slow. Zach Ertz can't beat you. He all in slow. You still let them come back and beat you? Wait. You just decided not to play defense no more? You think it's going to be an easy win after that?
They got complacent. 27, 23, then get complacent.
This is the NFL. You see, college is the NFL. Them other boys on the other side getting paid too. So they're going to play regardless. So, go in a dumpster, Oakland Raiders.
I can put 2.
If you want. You can make an honorary mention.
I got one in an honorary mention. I agree with Casey. The Oakland Raiders stink up the joint. Stink it up. Them is a trash bag of the week. But another honorary mention I have is the Indianapolis Colts.
Like Colts.
I don't understand. I just give me Jonathan Taylor. Since they ain't know what to do with him. Give him to me. Since they don't know what to do with him, give him to me.
But let me ask you a question. If you stuff the box, he can't run no more. Who you gonna throw to?
So nobody else can catch a ball?
Who you gonna throw to?
Pittman was out for that
He
game. He
was
didn't
out.
play in the game.
Who you gonna throw to?
I don't know who else on that team.
Right. So who you gonna throw to?
Them
You can't name a tight end. You can't name a wide receiver.
Them
Who
still
you
had
gonna
the
throw to?
same wide receivers last year, and them were better. So the problem I don't think is wide receivers. Is Matt Ryan really that bad?
Yeah, he that bad. Cause
But I don't know who's the outsider
Pittman.
outsider Pittman. Who else
Yeah,
on that team?
who's that pass catcher?
Them had always. I tell you,
Campbell?
and what he named Coleman or what he named?
Campbell still there?
Oh,
I ain't know what the name
Parrish
is.
Campbell, he's still there?
no, Paris Campbell and are you?
Right. No, Zach Pascal is with us.
Oh, Paris Cap. Okay, the receivers that day was A. Doolin, whoever that is, 5 receptions, 79 yards.
Decent.
Naeem Hines was a running back.
That can't cut
Who I don't know who's D. Patman, M.
it. Can't cut it.
M. Strass, something kid,
That can't cut it.
Grandsman. Them you
That
nobody.
can't cut it. That can't cut it.
Yo,
Like I said before, stuff the box. Stuff the box.
I think that's what people doing.
Who you gonna throw to?
Make that way beat you with your arm.
sound like a poster plan to me that you can sit there, go pick up Matt Ryan, ain't pick up no wide receiver.
No, but
You blow
no,
out.
listen to this.
Blow out, but
When's no laughing at you, no?
Exactly.
When's
Exactly.
no laughing at you?
Exactly. Hey, that is my honorary mention. Trash. That's supposed to be a powerhouse team. That defense ain't supposed to be no punk. You got one of the best linemen in the league. You got one of the best linebackers in the league. And they're looking like trash, garbage, hot doo-doo. Flush the toilet. Them bad pick up. Them 0-2, right?
Yep.
No, 1-1.
Oh man, they toy with the Texans
Hey,
and lose again and lose already.
That's two divisional games you had right out of the jump.
But the thing is, there could be a lot on there mentioned because a trash bag could be the Tennessee Titans for stinking up the joint on national television.
That's true.
A trash bag could also be the Cleveland Browns for losing that game against the Jets. So you got a lot on there trash bags this week too. So
Could
it's
give the
crazy.
Baltimore Ravens defense for allowing
Exactly.
the Dolphins to score 30-something unanswered points.
So with that being said, we move from trash bags to a game ball, and who you guys got your game balls going to?
That guy right there.
Who that? Oh,
That guy right there. That'll make game ball going. Him and Jonathan Gannon. Them two.
I'm giving my game ball to the New York Jets for not giving up in that game. They came back from 13 down with less than 2 minutes.
True.
I'm giving them the game ball because that's the definition of fight till the end. And say what we want about the Jets, we could always laugh at them and say them ain't no good and so. Well, the Bronx got top 10 defense. And they put up 31 points against the Bronx. So I'm gonna give I could go in a lot of directions, but that's a big win for the Bronx. That's a confidence boost for the Bronx.
The Jets. Do you think
The
that
Jets.
they might make Flacco the starter for the rest of the season?
I guarantee when Zach Wilson come back, he threw 4 picks in that first game.
I think it might have just been make Flacco the starter for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but what you gain out of it? He's not an inside quarterback.
Like you said, if Zach Wilson come out there throw 4 picks,
you invest in him with a number 2 pick, you're gonna have to start him.
you gotta win games.
Well, he did. You invest in him. You can't just leave him there and think. We'll see. Maybe he ain't ready to play now and you bench him for a little bit so Flacco could think, but that's a question for later down in the season when he showed like 12 picks in 3 games. We'll see what happens there. Shane, who your game ball goes to?
Who you want me to give it to? Big Dick or Diggs?
Get the two of them.
I'll give it to two of them because you can't have a Diggs without a Josh.
Nobody just give it to the Bills.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the whole team.
Second dominant performance.
I'll give it to Sean McDermott for keeping the team on the right path.
I think so. Somebody getting out the Bills.
Sean McDermott that's another leader there.
The Bills have now stamped the mark on the NFL with the 2 games they play. And they may play no scrubs now. They play the Super Bowl champions. Right? And then last night they played the Titans, who's supposed to be a powerhouse, a playoff contender.
Yep.
And they destroyed the 2 of them. Destroy them. Not no little sneaky boy. Destroyed them. How much touchdowns Josh Allen got now? 2 weeks in the season? 8?
I know he had 4 this week.
He might have 4 last week.
And probably
Unanimous. He gonna get unanimous MVP vote.
Yes, unanimous is
Unanimous.
a landslide.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bills, boy. I don't know what to tell you. They've got Miami next week. That's a big game. Well, this week.
A big game.
That's a big game.
I surprised myself from Tua last week. I wasn't expecting that type of game from Tua. I mean, yeah, you got Tyreek Hill running fucking wide open. But
yeah, but it's still Tua, right? So if
I wasn't
they come
expecting that
out,
type of game from Tua.
if the Bills come out and put up another 40-pointer and the Miami Dolphins in destroy them, mark it off. Mark it off. Mark it off.
I mean, you can't go wrong with giving that game ball there. I mean, another game ball could have gone to Tua as well. Tua,
Yeah.
469 passing yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're playing in the NFL to do that. Tua, as you would say, the first thing we're gonna say is Tua do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Tua. So
that's what I want to see from that guy too. I
So
want to
we
see that. I want to see that guy do that.
we couldn't go around with all them game balls. It's a lot of stuff that happened, but week 2 is now officially in the books. Before we look at that game Thursday and give our picks, a few notes from around the NFL. You got JPP. He visiting the Raiders this week. Raiders don't like that they gave up all them points and need more pressure off the air, so he's visiting them. The Bucs signed Cole Beasley to the practice squad, and they expect to elevate him up to the active roster. They're 10 on wide receivers right now. So, Chief linebacker Willie Gay suspended 4 games for the season. Mike Evans suspended 1 game due to the altercation, and then Bobby Hart, something happened in the game last night and he threw a punch. So he suspended 1 game for punching a coach in the game last night.
Wow.
He received a suspension for swinging at a Titans player and punching a coach in Monday's game. So he got a 1 game suspension. But that's the few little notes that we got from few stuff that we got coming out of the NFL in terms of news. A lot of little practice squad changes, but they're usual in times like this. Week 3 starts Thursday, and we got Pittsburgh and Cleveland, a battle of division rivals. We would always say it should be a good game, and then it don't turn out to be a good game. So I ain't going there and say it should be a good game. I don't know what you guys kind of looking for in that game there.
I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. That's a divisional game, gonna be low scoring, I think. I think it's gonna be 17-14 ish kind of game.
I can't actually go around with that because
Yeah.
I mean Brissett ain't gonna boom you out of the way.
And Trubisky ain't gonna wow you.
Trubisky ain't gonna wire you out of the way, and 2 of them defense gonna play hard against each other. So I don't expect nobody to dominate, to be honest. I don't think nobody gonna dominate in the game. So I think I don't think they'll pass. I don't know, KG. What's the over under on that game?
4.5.
I will check. 4.5 minus 4.5. What, Bronx?
Bronx. Minus
So you
4.5, bro.
see?
So ready to do a pick?
Not bad.
I could do mine tomorrow. I still touch on that one.
No.
I'll go with the Bronx.
KG ain't with the Bronx.
I got with the Steelers. Where the game is? At Cleveland or at Pittsburgh?
At Cleveland.
I don't think Chewy gonna do it in Cleveland. I got with the Bronx. Wait. I don't know what to do. I got with the. Hold on. Let me do some quick investigation here. Let me see something here.
What ass?
Week 3. Steelers. How did the Steelers look in week 2? Who they last of the Patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not very good from the Steel City. Chewy, they ain't gonna get it though.
No TJ what?
Why not? This is no. I got with the Bronx. Didn't like what I saw.
I got with the Bronx too as well. I think Charles is starting to play a phenomenal game. He finds stride. Amari Cooper starting to get in stride too, even though you don't have Minka out there playing too. I just think that against the run and the Amari Cooper combo gonna stretch the Pittsburgh Steelers a little bit, especially since they don't have TJ Watt. They ain't really getting that pressure off the edge. So, and then Jacoby Brissett could run too. So I know. So I think they're gonna get overwhelmed by the Bronx are overwhelmed the Steelers and they're gonna win. Like I say, close game, 17-14 Bronx. So we all got Bronx.
So we all on the Bronx.
Yep, that's our week 3 pick. Maybe back on Saturday to talk about the Thursday night game, recap the Thursday night game, and then we do our picks for the Sunday and the Monday night games of week 3.
Yep.
So on to week 3, guys. What time is my game? Is 8:20 Sunday night, so I may come on to start the show, but then I'll be out after that. You guys' game is the Panthers
My
playing.
game is 1 o'clock too.
1 o'clock. The Eagles and Commanders on 1 o'clock. So to you guys, early games, we'll have a break after the 1 o'clock games. Hopefully 3 days he comb and he'll be 1-2.
Well, something gonna get break for sure. Either McRule or the Panthers.
KZ looking to go
Something
3-0.
They're looking to go 3-0.
And they're looking to go 2-1 under the helm of Jimmy Garoppolo against the struggling Broncos. Hopefully he don't think he with them boy on Sunday night. They'll be upset. All right. Anything else from the guys before we take off?
No.
Bird gang. Bird gang.
All right. So we see each other Saturday to recap the Thursday night game and make our picks.
All right, peace.
Peace up.